So welcome back to Orchid House. I'm Olivier in Fort Lauderdale in South Florida, and today I wanted to tell you how I grow my Dendrobium faciferum. It's kind of an odd looking plant with a lot of flowers. This is a young one, it's only 3 years old, so this thing can turn into monsters. It grows in Indonesia, mostly the eastern part of the country. It's a huge country with lots of islands. This basically grows in the Sulawesi, Moluccas, and also the Sunda Islands on the southeast part, so it's a very large area. And they grow at low elevation, so from sea level to 350 meters, so which means that this is a hot grower. When I say hot grower, I mean our weather in the summer here is usually in the 90s, 92, 93, 94, so like 34, 33, 34 degrees Celsius, and that's perfect for this plant. In the winter, I mean, it should really not go below 60 degrees Fahrenheit, or like 16 Celsius. Here in South Florida we have obviously very mild and beautiful winters. Occasionally we'll have a night time below 55 degrees or 13 Celsius, and that's when I bring the plant inside to avoid any problems. Now this is mounted. I like to mount my plants myself, but this one I bought it mounted. So it needs to be watered every day. I mean, I reduce the watering just a little bit in the winter, but basically it gets watered every day. Now these were the original bulbs, small ones, and it keeps on growing. This one grows non-stop. It has never stopped growing. Even now you might notice a tiny little bulb that's about to pop, to come out. So it keeps on growing. I mean, I grow 3 or 4 bulbs a year. It takes a while for the bulb to develop, and then obviously you see they have leaves, but eventually they are deciduous, and it's the deciduous canes that bloom. They can rebloom for several years. As you can tell, let me see here, there is, this one still has leaves, but it's an older one and it already has blooms on it. Now mine, like I said, is still a young plant, so it only blooms once a year, this time of the year, which is February, March. I know a local grower who has his plants blooms several times a year. So again, after many years you can have a huge plant, and so that's when you're going to have this type of thing happening. So watering every day, at least for a mounted plant. I would be a little bit more careful if it's potted, but still this needs to be kept wet. In terms of light, not too much light. I mean, it's obviously more than Phalaenopsis, but it gets filtered light for only a few hours a day, so this is not a high light plant. Fertilizing, I fertilize it year round. I stop maybe a month or two before blooming season. But yeah, so this one doesn't really need a rest. It grows year round, and so I want you to take a look at these flowers. They are really tiny. This is a very small flower, but they are very pretty, and there's a lot of them, and they basically open all at the same time. It doesn't last that long. It's like 2 to 3 weeks. I would say 3 weeks, but really fresh for only 2 weeks. But again, after a while you may have more than 1 blooms per year. Now that grower tells me it grows several times a year. This is the peak season regardless. So I hope you enjoyed the presentation. Thanks for tuning in, and see you next time. Have a good day. Bye bye.